Westminster Bridge was glowing orange in that fake romantic London sunset way, buses roaring past and seagulls yelling like unpaid extras. I'm leaning on the railing when overconfident Dad in his baseball cap goes, "So this river circles the whole island of London, right?" His kids just blink. The mom is quietly Googling betrayal. Then he squints at Big Ben and asks, "Is that the castle where the Queen sleeps?" The British couple next to us freezes like Windows 98. The guy finally mutters, "Mate, that's a clock." Dad nods, serious. "Right, Time Fortress." And honestly, yeah, London deserved that one. In the Tower of London courtyard, it's gray stone, cold wind, and that weird smell of history and damp socks. Our guide is explaining executions, doing his whole dramatic whisper thing, when Instagram travel girl in neon sneakers interrupts, "Wait, so this is where they filmed Harry Potter?" The entire tour group does that collective neck turn like owls. She doubles down, "No, but the actual real Hogwarts is, north of here, right?" The beefeater pauses, adjusts his hat, and just says, "Ma'am, this is where we filmed British people dying of plague." Later that week, my friend tells me this Covent Garden story, and I still can't shake it. Street performer, juggling knives, big crowd, energies high, music blasting. Complainer Dad is right up front, arms crossed, clutching a paper cup of sad coffee. Performer goes, "Please stay behind the rope for your safety." Dad loudly scoffs, "In America, we wouldn't need tape. We just trust people." He immediately steps over the rope and almost gets clipped in the forehead by a flying knife. The crowd gasps, the performer stops mid-juggle and says, "And that, ladies and gents, is why we invented the rope." King's Cross tube platform, rush hour, that heavy underground heat where the air tastes like brake dust and regret. I'm squeezed between commuters when this TikTok travel expert in a ring light hoodie starts filming. "Guys, London has no organization," she announces to her followers. "All the trains go random directions. Nothing's in a straight grid." She pans to the map and says, "Why are there so many colors? Just make one big line." A woman in a trench coat, clearly done with life, leans over and murmurs, "We tried that, darling. It's called Rome." The creator blinks, then adds a caption, "London, the city where maps gaslight you." Down in Borough Market, the smell is insane. Grilled cheese, fried fish, something curry adjacent that might change your religion. Wellness. Karen is staring at a stall selling traditional pies, reading the chalk menu like it owes her money. "Do you have this but gluten-free, dairy-free, carb-free, cruelty-free, and history-free?" she asks. The vendor smiles politely, all British customer service trauma. "So, air?" he replies. She points at steak, an ale pie. "I'll do that, but with a kale substitution." The vendor slowly closes the menu, sighs, and says, "Madam, the kale wouldn't make it in this climate." At Camden Lock Canal, music blasting from a barge, a smell of weed and river and questionable life choices. I'm there with this college bro from the hostel who keeps saying, "London vibes, bro," every 10 seconds like it's a job. He buys a fish and chips cone from a stall, takes one bite, and frowns. "Why's the fish fishy?" he asks. I stare at him, waiting for the bit. He's serious. Back home, fried stuff just tastes like fried. Here it tastes like the sea. Did they overdo the ocean? The local kid next to us just whispers, "You can't save all of them, mate." So I'm in this cramped Soho side street bar, tiny tables, sticky floor, bartender with a mustache that's seen war. Next to me, a retired rich couple is discussing the cocktail menu like it's a hostile contract. "Why is the tip not printed here?" the man asks, confused. In New York, they tell you what to do. The bartender shrugs. You tip if you liked it. The guy frowns harder. But how do I know the correct percentage of gratitude? His wife sips her gin and mutters, "Just look in your soul, Harold." He ends up leaving exactly £1, like he lost a negotiation with God. In the West End, velvet theater seats, chandelier, that quiet buzz before the musical starts. Next to me is Freedom Guy, draped in an American flag scarf like a side quest. He leans over and whispers, "So when do they stand for our anthem?" I blink. "For what?" He gestures at the stage. "You know, before the show, to honor us visiting." The British lady in front slowly turns around, the way only a woman who's seen ration coupons can. "Darling, the show is the honor," she says. He sits back, stunned. Like London just refused his friend request. Hyde Park on a rare sunny day. Grass full of people pretending they're in a movie montage. Somewhere between the ducks and the joggers, this movie fanatic guy in a Marvel hoodie is filming B-roll. "So this is where Sherlock fought Voldemort in Narnia," he confidently narrates to his camera. His girlfriend squints. "Are you sure?" He nods. "Yeah, London parks all connect to the same cinematic universe." A kid nearby, eating ice cream, whispers to his mom, "Is that man okay?" She pats his head. "He's just lost in the extended director's cut, love." On the front steps of St. Paul's Cathedral, bells ringing, stone glowing in late afternoon light. A business consultant tourist in a fitted blazer is pacing with his latte, staring up at the dome like it's underperforming. "You could totally monetize this better," he says to no one in particular. Dynamic entry pricing, cross-selling guided meditations, subscription tier blessings. A verger passing by pauses, mildly horrified. Consultant continues, "Even confession could be a VIP add-on. Fast lane for premium sinners." The verger gives him the slow blink of eternal disappointment and replies, "Son, we've been profitable for 2,000 years without your slide deck." Outside Buckingham Palace during changing of the guard, tourists packed like sardines with backpacks. Honeymoon couple in matching Lawn on Love hoodies is pressed against the railing. The husband whispers, "So when does she come out on the balcony to wave?" Wife says, "The schedule online said 11-ish. He checks his phone. "It's 11:10. I feel disrespected." Nearby, a British kid with ice cream goes, "Mate, she doesn't pop out like a cuckoo clock." The husband sighs dramatically. In Orlando, the characters are punctual. And that's the moment the entire crowd silently agrees he doesn't deserve a monarchy. In the City of London financial district, lunch rush, everyone power walking with salads and existential dread. Bargain hunter American spots one of those tiny boutiques selling handmade umbrellas. He walks in, sees the price tag. £80 for rain? He barks. The shopkeeper smiles. "For not hating your life in the rain?" He laughs, pulls out his phone. "I can get one online for $5, free shipping." The man just gestures to the gray, sideways London drizzle outside. "Your $5 umbrella will last until that puddle." The American leaves without buying, then immediately opens his drugstore umbrella and watches it turn inside out like a dying bat. Up on the hill in Greenwich by the Royal Observatory, sky doing that dramatic cloud thing, city laid out below, like a Lego set. Florida Man variant is standing with one foot on either side of the prime meridian line, arms spread. "So if I jump," he says, "do I time travel?" His girlfriend, wearing mouse ears for no good reason, films it. "Say the line again, babe." He yells, "I'm between time zones, bro." A school teacher nearby nearly drops his clipboard. It's longitude," he whispers to himself. Somewhere. every science teacher in the world gets a spontaneous migraine at the same moment. Shoreditch at night, street art alley, glowing under neon, smells like beer, spray paint, and unresolved dreams. Minimalist adventurer in linen pants and a single small backpack is photographing a graffiti fox. You know, he tells me, London is basically the Brooklyn of Europe. I stare at him, confused. You're in London. He nods like a sage. Exactly. This is London's Brooklyn. A local guy smoking nearby just exhales and goes, So where's our New York then, mate, Essex? The adventurer smiles, satisfied, and writes in his journal, Discovered London's Brooklyn. Locals agree. Notting Hill in the morning, pastel houses lined up like someone sorted Skittles by anxiety level. Patriot uncle in his stars and stripes, windbreaker, is posing for photos. This must be like the Washington, D.C. of London, he declares. His niece blinks. Uncle Fred, that's not what... He waves her off. You can tell. Fancy houses, rich people, everything painted like Instagram. The actual Londoner walking his corgi pauses, looks around and goes, Mate, this area is just where people pay extra to be slightly closer to a farmer's market. Hackney weekend farmer's market, stalls with artisanal everything. Sourdough, candles that smell like concepts, vegetables with therapy. Wellness influencer in a beige matching set is filming a reel. London's natural fruit is the pastry, she announces, holding up a croissant. There's basically no nature here. The stall owner gestures at a crate. Those are organic apples from Kent. She frowns. Yeah, but is Kent real nature or just Europe's New Jersey? The man gently picks up an apple, polishes it, and says, It grew on a tree, love. That's the original Wi-Fi. Outside Wembley Stadium fan zone before a match, sea of jerseys, smell of beer, fried chicken, and nervous hope. Loud Texas guy in a cowboy hat is confused by the scarf situation. So this is like their version of foam fingers, Iina? He asks. Local teen explains, You wear it, wave it, cry into it later. The Texan nods slowly. Do they at least stop the game if someone gets hurt? The teen laughs. Bro, they barely stop if someone gets on fire. Texas guy stares at the pitch, suddenly aware that his Dallas season tickets have been coddling him. On the deck of a Thames River cruise at night, London lit up like it's pitching itself to Netflix. Cruise tourist couple in matching visors is filming the skyline. And on the left, the announcer says, you'll see the famous Globe Theatre. The husband zooms in. Babe, that's where Shakespeare wrote Romeo and Juliet live, he whispers. She gasps. While the boat goes by? He nods. They probably perform it every night like a fountain show. A teenager nearby mutters, He died 400 years ago. The husband squints at the theater and says, Well, somebody's really committed to the bit. Brixton Street Food Hall, bass vibrating through the floor, aromas from 5 different continents arguing in your nose. Backpack Bro stands in front of a stall selling jerk chicken, scanning the menu like it'll bite him. So, what's the least spicy thing that still counts as authentic for my Instagram caption? He asks. The Jamaican lady at the counter just smiles. Water, darling. He laughs nervously. No, like medium spice. She hands him a plate that looks innocent enough. One bite later, his soul leaves his body through his ears. She pats the counter. Congratulations. You've unlocked London Weather Internal Edition. Heathrow immigration queue, fluorescent lights, dry air, everyone slowly losing the will to exist. First-time traveler in a brand new neck pillow whispers to his friend, Why is the line moving so slow? Don't they know we bring dollars? His friend shrugs, equally clueless. Maybe they're ranking us by follower count. The British border officer a few booths down is calling out next, dead calm. The traveler huffs, "We paid for priority boarding, this should transfer." The officer looks at him over the desk and says, "Sir, gravity transfers. Boarding privileges do not. Canary Wharf DLR platform at night. Glass towers glowing like corporate Christmas trees." Overconfident Dad is back in the wild, staring at the driverless train. "So where's the driver?" he asks. A local points to the empty front window. There isn't one. Dad narrows his eyes. "So, the train just believes in itself?" His teenage son whispers, "Dad, it's automated." He shakes his head. "In my day, we trusted humans, not robots." The doors beep. Train glides away smoothly, absolutely not caring about his childhood. Kew Gardens greenhouse, humid air fogging glasses, plants so green they look photoshopped. Instagram travel girl is posing in front of a giant palm, whispering to her phone, "Guys, welcome to the wild British jungle." A staff member nearby corrects gently, "These are from all over the world, actually." She panics on camera. "Wait, so I'm not supporting local plants?" The staffer pats a leaf. "They're just happy to be on your story, love." Leicester Square souvenir shop, walls drowning in hoodies, mugs, and sparkly London junk. Complainer Dad is arguing with the cashier over a London Since 43 AD t-shirt. "43 what?" he demands. "They didn't even have years back then." The cashier blinks. "AD, sir. After, never mind." He continues. "You can't just pick random numbers to seem old." Behind him, another customer whispers, "That's literally the Roman invasion date." Dad snorts. "Fake news. My high school never mentioned that." Rainy bus stop in Peckham, streetlights reflecting off puddles. Everyone huddled under a too small shelter. TikTok travel expert is live streaming, rain soaking her ring light. "So London is basically a theme park," she tells her viewers. "Like the rain is part of the brand experience." A grandma next to her, clutching shopping bags, side-eyes the phone. "No, darling," she says. "This is just the weather being honest."